Hello and welcome back to a double stitch creations tutorial. This is Frankie the Flamingo pencil topper part 3. So today we're going to be finishing it off. We're going to do her wings and her legs and a little webbed feet. I gave the one that I already had made up to my niece. So I don't have it with me today to show you the finished one, but we'll finish this one so that you can see. Alright, let's get started. So what you'll need is your 3.5mm hook, pair of scissors, tapestry needle, and you'll need some pink and some beige. So we're going to start with her wings. You're going to need to do 2 wings, of course, but I will go through the first wing with you and then I'll leave you to make the second. Alright, so just leave a little bit of a tail for weaving in, wrap it around your finger twice, take the back loop and pull it over the front loop. We're making a slip knot. Grab the tail and wrap it in front of the loop that is still on your finger. Grab the back loop and pull it over the front loop. And now you've got this loop, you can put it on your hook. And you can pull tight or loosen. And just hooking your pinky under here, turning your hand, putting your pointer on the strand here, and then index finger and thumb come around and lightly hold your work. Well, this is how I do it, how I hold my crochet. Alright, so we're now going to chain 4. So yarn over, so it's called yarn over in crochet. So we're putting a hook under the yarn, we're hooking it, we're pulling it back through the loop on a hook. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so that's 4 chains. Now the pattern will tell you to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So here's our hook. This is the first chain. We can't crochet into that because it's just going to undo. So we want to go into the second chain here. Alright, so just turning your work. I like to put my hook under both loops. Yeah, I have a link in the description below to working in the chain, so just work into the chain any way you like. There's no right or wrong here. We're just doing a single crochet, so going into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull through both. And now we're going to do a half double into the next chain. So yarn over first, so you have 2 loops in your hook, go into the next chain stitch along, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you now have 3 loops in your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. And now we're going to do 6 double crochets into the end chain, and then our work will turn and we're going to work under the chain. But let's do the 6 double crochets first. So to do that, you yarn over, so you've got 2 loops in your hook, going into that last chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you've got 3 loops in your hook, then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only, then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So that's 1, yarn over first, into the chain, so we're doing 6 into the same chain space, yarn over, so you've got 3 loops in your hook, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over through the second 2, yarn over first, into the chain space, yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So we want to do 3 more, and as you'll see, your work will start to turn. It kind of makes a natural turn. Okay, now that we've got 6, we're now working on the bottom of the chain. So we're just going to put our crochet hook into this loop here and this loop. So into this loop we're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over first into that next loop of the chain, underneath the chain. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then we're going to do a single crochet, so going into the very last chain space there, yarn over, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both, and then you just want to do a slip stitch into the beginning stitch. So here is our beginning stitch. So I'm just going to put my hook under both those loops there, yarn over, and we're going to pull the front loop through the back loop to make a slip stitch. And now we're going to do the feathers. So you can do as many feathers as you like. I'm just going to do 3 here. So what we're going to do is chain 4, so yarn over, pulling it back through the loop on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do slip stitches into the second chain from the hook. So remember, we can't crochet into the first. We want to go into the second. So into that chain space, yarn over, 2 loops in your hook. You're going to pull the front loop through the back loop. Sorry, I should call it chain stitch, really, not space. Into the next chain stitch along, yarn over, pull up a loop, pulling the front loop through the back loop. We're just slip stitching. And into the third one, so there should be 3 slip stitches here in the feather. And then you want to slip stitch at into that start stitch that we did just there. So slip stitch into that, and now you want to do another chain 4, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to repeat. So just slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, and then a slip stitch into the start chain, another start stitch there into the start. Now we're going to chain 4 for our last feather. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3. And just slip stitching back on, and then just slip stitch into that start again. And now you cut your yarn, but cut it long enough so that you can attach it to the body of your flamingo. And then what we'll do is just weave in this end, so pull it tight, grab your, leave that one for attaching, then just weave this end in and out. And once you're happy with it, just trim it. Now go ahead and make a second wing, and I will get back to you after that. Okay, got our 2 wings here. Okay, we're now going to attach it to the body of our flamingo. Alright, so just to hold it, grab your tapestry needle. Just hold it in place. I'm kind of putting it over, slightly over the arms. And I'm just gonna go into the wing and then into the body of the flamingo. And I just keep checking to make sure it's where I want it to be. So back into the wing, and you're just going to do that all the way around. And I leave the feathers free so that they've got a little bit of movement. So I'm not attaching the feathers, I'm just doing the wing bit. And then back into the body. Now, I'm going to attach it to the arm here. Attach it to the other arm. And back into the body. You can do this any way you like, really. And once you get it, I like to go over it twice to make sure it's nice and secure. So I'm going to turn and go back around. So just turn and go back over it to make sure it's attached securely. I like to do this with any extra parts I'm making for my toys, particularly because I'm usually gift them to some child, like my nieces and nephews, and I want to make sure that these little parts can't come off. Okay, once you've done this, we'll knot it off and then go ahead and attach the second wing. Okay, so just do your I usually do my usual 3 knots. You can do this any way you like. And then just weaving the end in and out. Just go in and out of the body, making sure it's nice and secure, tucking it away. Once you're happy with that, just trim it really close to the body. Okay, so that's the first wing. Now go ahead and attach the second wing on the other side, just doing the same thing. And then I will get back to you to work on Frankie's feet, legs and feet. All right, we'll see you shortly. Okay, his wings attached. So our Flamingo is nearly finished, our pencil top of Flamingo. So what we're going to do now is add her legs. So I'm using the beige, and you just want to attach them to the bottom here. So just go around a stitch at the bottom of your Flamingo, and kind of loop it over my finger to make a loop, and I put it on the hook and I pull it through, and then I just grab the end and I pull it all the way through, and then I put my hook back through the loop, and then we just pull it tight. And now we're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for best results for the legs, it's best if you work into the back ridge of the chain. So if you've seen my tutorial on the chain, there are 3 ways that I know of crocheting into the chain. You can chain, there's this loop here, and there's this loop, and there's one going through the middle, so you can put your hook through there, or you can put your hook through under this middle one, so you've got 2 loops on top, or you can crochet into the back ridge. So to do that, you've got to go into the second chain. So you just turn, if you turn your chain slightly, you'll see, hopefully you can see it. If you turn your chain, you'll see the bumps on the back of your chain. That's the back ridge. Now it's not really, you can crochet into a chain any way you like, but just for the best results on the legs, you'll get a better result if you crochet into the back loop of the chain. So we're going to do slip stitches all the way along the chain, but I'm going to do it into the back ridge. So I'm going to turn my chain slightly just so I can see it, and then so you're literally putting it like sort of in the loop behind the chain. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and I'm pulling the front loop through the back loop. And then you're just going to do that all the way along the chain. So see these little bumps on the back of the chain? That's where I'm putting my hook, and that's called the back ridge. It just makes it a little bit tighter, I think, and just a nicer look. But it's really, nobody's going to know about you, really. So it's really up to you. You can crochet into the chain any way you like. This is just what I like to do. So that'll be 10 slip stitches along the chain. And then we're going to now just go around the next stitch in the body. I can get my hook through it sometimes, or we could do it. No, I think I need to. You can either do it in the same stitch, depends where you attach it really, or you do it the next one along, and I think I need to do it the next one along. So just the stitching's very tight where we finished it off. Then yarn over, oops, and do a slip stitch. Actually, that just happened automatically. Hang on, I'll show you. So yarn over and pull up a loop, and just pull the front loop through the back loop. and then we're just going to chain 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then once more I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook, and I'm just turning it slightly so I can work into the back loop, so going into the back ridge. So alright, so just turning my chain so I can see the little loops in the back. And I'm just going into the back ridge. I think I chained it a bit tight because I'm struggling to get in there. There we go. Then I'm just pulling the front loop through the back loop, so I'm doing slip stitches all the way along. 2, did I say 10 slip stitches before? Sorry, I think it should be 9. And then once you get back to the start, you just want to do a slip stitch into the body of the flamingo where we attach the second leg. And just pulling the front loop through the back loop. There you go. Feel a little bit fiddly at times, and I just cut it, leaving a bit of a tail. Just pull that all the way through. And now what you can do is just feed this, or pick up an end and feed it through to meet the other end. So feed it through so that you can knot them together, just to make it easier. So then just knot these together. And then you just want to weave this a little bit in and out of the legs. You don't want to do it into the pink because you'll see it's a different colour. So I'm just going to do it a little bit into the legs. I'm just going in and out of the legs here. And then you can trim it once you're happy with that. Okay, so that's our legs done. You don't have to add the legs if you don't want to. It's just flamingos are known for their long legs. Now we're going to add a little webbed feet, which is completely optional as well, but you just want to put your hook into the end of one of the legs here, getting your yarn, leaving a tail, making a loop and pulling it through. Then once more grabbing that end and pulling it all the way through the loop, and then putting your hook back through. And then I'm just going to chain one to secure it. And now we want to do a half double. So yarn over first, 2 loops in your hook, going into that the end of the foot where we attached it, attach the yarn, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then you just want to do a slip stitch into the same space. So pulling the back loop through the front loop. And then we're going to do another half double. So yarn over, I'm going into that same end of the foot there, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then trim it, and then just pull that all the way through. And that's one little web foot. And I'm just gonna weave this through to the other side so I can knot the 2 ends together. We're nearly done. And then you just want to weave these in and out of the legs. And then just trim it. Alright, now we just do the other leg. So once again, putting my hook at the end of the leg here, getting my beige yarn, hooking it, leaving a tail, making a loop, pulling it through, grabbing the end, pulling it all the way through that loop, and putting my hook back through that loop, pull it tight, chain 1 to secure it, and now we're doing a half double, yarn over first, into the end of the leg here, so all in the same space, and then 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, then a slip stitch, so going into the same spot there, and then pulling the front loop through the back loop, and the last half double, this one's tighter than the other one, then pull through all 3 loops and then trim it. Pull that all the way through, grab your tapestry needle and just weave one of these ends through to the other side so that you can knot them together. And then just weaving it in and out of the leg, and we're done. Alrighty. And that's Frankie, the Flamingo pencil topper. All finished. You can now sit on a pencil. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed making Frankie, and I will see you in the next tutorial. I'll also put a link in the description below for Frankie the lip gloss cover, so you can see those tutorials to make a set if you like, which I did for my niece. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed making her, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.